Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Game 57 of the tournament, where we are playing Vanarus. It's turn 26. Why is there not a battle in Gentle Woods? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, let's see what happened in this turn. We have completed Construction 4 on our way up to Construction 5. We did a whole bunch of summoning. I am not sure why we did all that summoning now. A bunch of 4 casts of griffins, 2 casts of bears, a fucking scorpion beast, a firebird, because that's always happening, and some ogres. They were supposed to fight the good fight. Ah! What's there not a fight? We also dark knowledge and found nothing. We did find a magic site in the Pacific Highlands, an ancient temple. Awesome. Some more. That's our first astral income. Oh shit! It's gonna happen. We're gonna get there. 30 turns from now. 50 turns from now. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's not get too excited. We have a battle in Cursed Land. What the fuck? Oh, it's 1 PD. Surprise! Okay, unexpected event in Runia. A magic site has been found, or deposits. Okay, so we get an iron mine. Unexpected event in Griffin Spires. Fuck you! God damn it! Luck! That's not lucky! You bastards. Alright, so we lose the temple. Where the did the army go? Alright, we're going to talk about this big red arrow in a second. Let's talk about everything else, because when we start talking about the big red arrow, we're not going to stop talking about it for... Okay, so this temple getting destroyed in Griffin Spires really is not good. We're still at 1 Dominion strength. We need more temples to push higher into Dominion strength. But you know, we get the example of we've lost Griffin Rock Dominion. We're getting slightly pushed, not too hard on Satis. They have been honest with us. By this point, they could probably have pushed into this section of our territory very easily. But you can see the north is not doing well. By destroying the temple in Deadlands and in Gentle Woods, you know, that's good for us. That means that his dominion is pushing slightly less, but we still got a long road ahead of us. If Satis starts putting down temples, if Nidavanger starts putting down temples, we're gonna get fucked regardless of what we try. So, back to Griffin Spires to throw down another temple, I suppose. We got a bunch of sages running around site searching. We're sending another raiding party. Expansion. Turn 26 expansion force into Satera. We're gonna go from Cursed Lands into Yurik Balcor. We've got some forces coming up. Some knights coming up into Bogatin. We've got some forces coming from Deadlands into Gentlewood. Again, we're going to talk about the big red arrow here in a second. More recruitment of knights. We're switching over to a Vieden rather than a Viedma. The Vieden, the entire purpose of the Vieden, is potentially after we finish Construction 5. We are maybe going to drop into Thaumaturgy purely for augury, right? Purely for augury. If we can get there, we're spending 2 fire gems per turn. If we can get there and start auguring things, we'll slowly lose that bank. But we just need to find 1 more fire site, and then we can augury everything and Firebird every turn. And that's well within our means, right? Like that's probably gonna happen. So The in-game goal there being the concept of hopefully eventually finding some indie astrals or lucking into something, and then empowering that in fire, or alternatively getting enough of an astral income to empower a fire in astral, and start doing more firebirds. Firebirds at 1 per turn is not going to be the potential win condition that we hope it is. Firebirds at 2 per turn aren't going to be the potential win condition that we hope it is. But if we can get Firebirds at 3 per turn, 4 per turn, 5 per turn, right, like they feed into themselves, and you can just start getting more and more and more and more of them. That's kind of the idea. So if we can get there, it's going to be a slow crawl, and probably relatively inconsequential to our war with Nidavellir. But that might be the make or break for a war against Man, or a war against Satis, or, maybe these two are just butting heads for eternity, and I eventually take Nidavellir, and then they both talk to each other, and they're like, okay, kill Vanarus. You're right, like that could be the win condition for us in the long run. So we're gonna try to keep building to it. Some more dark knowledge. Recruiting sages, Heirdmen, not sages. We need another goad. So we have 2 goads in existence. Site searching around and building temples around. We can't just drop 300 temples, but we do need to be able to drop a temple every turn that we can, until we fix some of our Dominion issues. Just going up to Dominion Strength 2 will help us stabilize. Getting up to 3 and we'll probably be fine for the near future. So that's the goal in the next probably 5-ish turns. Now, that's going to be a lot of gold, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So let's talk about the big red arrow. Okay. I just spent all this time talking about how, hey, if we hold Gentle Woods, we win. We will win. We will win in the long run. Here's the thing. That's true. Absolutely true. I still believe that we had a good chance of winning that fight, if a very good chance of winning that fight, if Nidavellir had come in on us. If he's gonna retreat that army back to his capital, and there's a fucking temple just in my face, I'm gonna try to take it, right? I'm absolutely going to try to take it. Especially when I have a scout there, and it says a fortification is under construction in this province. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. I don't know. I have so many questions. Why move that army? Sure, if you're just like, okay, I'm gonna put a fort in Summer Bay. I'm going to utilize. We still can't see Amberfield. I'm sure there is a fort in Amberfield. We're heading that direction. He's getting bear claim everywhere. God damn it. I'm sure there's a fort in Amberfields. I understand the idea, the concept of, okay, he got the pushback on us. We need more capabilities of recruiting troops and more defensible positions. We're going to start forting up other locations. Summer Bay is an important place for us to fort. Okay, cool, fine, great. That makes sense. Why move your army off of it? Why? It has a temple. It has a fort. Why move your army? Maybe it's a bait. Maybe it's a bait. Maybe it's a bait. I'm gonna take that bait. I'm absolutely going to take that bait. Right? Like, I was pretty sure we could win anyways. I'm gonna take that bait. Right? Like, Sure, it's not a forest, so our howl isn't going to be as good as it was. But on the opposite side, right? Like if he has a counter howl, it's also not going to be as good as it is. Now that does mean that he's moving. We're moving potentially into his PD dump, but I mean, you just dropped a fortification recently. I don't think it was this turn. I think it was last turn or the turn before that. But I bet he started doing it when he was like, I'm gonna take Deadlands down and I'm gonna raise the fortification in Deadlands. Let's drop a fort in Summer Bay. Maybe it's a bait. Maybe it's a bait, and I'm about to walk into 500 units, and this is gonna go really, really poorly. It's possible. It really is possible, but I feel like I take those odds. I feel like I have to take those odds, right? I still feel confident to the concept that if our army fights our army, even if he wins, I'm still confident that we will do enough damage to have it be a Pyrrhic victory and have it to where he can't just immediately push back and put us on the defensive. That may not be the case. I might be completely fucking wrong. But again, you can see our income already inflated in the manner that it has. I think we push. I don't know that this is going to be like the... I prepared myself mentally for this being like 20 turns down the road, us getting a win over Nidavellir. Right? Like legitimately, I do not think this is going to be a quick win. I didn't think it was going to be a quick win. But what if it's a quick win? Right? Like, am I baiting myself now? We beat him really hard in Vanarus. We beat him really hard on our capital. That was several turns ago, right? But like, how much more does he really have in the tank? I would assume a lot more. I try not to underestimate opponents, especially in cap defense. I'm already talking about cap defenses. We're not going to the capital yet. We're just going to Summer Bay. I feel like I have to push this. You've got a temple, and you're putting up a fort right in front of me. I feel like I have to push this. I also feel like this has just got to be massive bait, and we're gonna get there, and there's gonna be 100 PD, and there's gonna be 350 units from Nidavellir. Every single mage that he's produced for the last 26 turns that I have not killed is gonna show up in Summer Bay. They're all gonna be hordes of skeleton casters. There's gonna be an additional 100 long dead because he's somehow been reanimating for the last 10 turns. And this is just going to go climactically poorly for him. We're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna try. We're gonna push. We'll see you next time. Oh my god, I have got to stop forgetting to talk about things. Holy shit. I'm so bad at this. The thing is I get so excited about one thing, and I get super hyper focused on it, and then I forget about the other things that are happening. That's why I tried to talk about all of the other stuff that was going on before I was like, hey. Look at my gems. Look at my gems. Those do not look like the gems that previously we had. Missed a lot of glamour gems. A fair amount. them are air gems. Water gems. That's because it's happening! Because we alchemized. So, probably not great. Probably not a good plan. Probably none of this was a good plan to begin with. Why am I trying to shoehorn firebirds in middle-aged Vanarus? Why did I decide to do that? What compelled me to do this? And nevertheless, we're doing it. So, yeah, we alchemized a whole bunch of shit, and we're empowering in Astral on this fire, air, blood. I really kind of like thought about what I wanted. You know, obviously we would love to have a Earth, but we can't, right? We can't have fire and Earth. So really our choices were death, glamour, or blood. At the end of the day, right, like, I suppose Astral and death would probably be the real preeminent kind of concept, but I don't see an Astral one, death one making that much of a difference in the long run for that. Also, we didn't have one. Oh yeah, we did. We have one right here. So, you know, that was an option. I just went with the blood. Maybe that bites me in the ass. More Firebirds. Hey! More Firebirds! We're gonna have more Firebirds! Yay! It's going to be 273 turns before the amount of Firebirds we will have is going to matter. And I'm shoehorning this so hard. This is a terrible idea, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.